everybody, Jason here of GhostbustersNews.com, and as always, Ghostbusters News right here on YouTube. And today, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Trevor Spangler and Ecto-1 Funko Pop. Now, as always, before we get into today's video, today's unboxing, if you'd like to pick up one of these for yourself, it's available right now from Amazon.com and also EntertainmentEarth.com. You know, I've got those links down below in this video's description for you. So yeah, a brand new Funko Pop incarnation of the Ghostbusters Afterlife Ecto-1. Now we're gonna unbox it here in a second, but first, let's take a look at the packaging. And as the norm here when it comes to Funko Pop packaging, I'm not gonna dwell on it too much as they're all pretty uniform. Of course, it does have that Ghostbusters Afterlife branding. We got the big window-style box there. It says Ecto-1 with Trevor. And then we've got this great graphic here of Trevor, i.e. Finn Wolfhard, you know, just chilling, just sitting inside the Ecto-1. And then turning the box around to the back here, here's a look at the standard line of Ghostbusters Afterlife Funko Pops, which include Phoebe, Lucky, Podcast, Mr. Gruberson, Muncher, and of course what we're taking a look at today, the Ecto-1 with Trevor. Now let's go ahead and crack the packaging open here and take a look at this Ecto. And here he is, or rather here it is, as we've got the Ecto-1 and Trevor now out of the box. And the first thing I noticed when taking it out of the box was actually like the off-white color of the Ecto, which is accurate when it comes to the Ghostbusters Afterlife rendition of the Ecto-1, as it's been made to look like it's been sitting in a barn. And we're certainly going to touch on that Trevor vinyl figure, but considering we're already taking a look at the vehicle, let's just start there. You can see on the side here we've got the Ghostbusters logo. We also have the white wall tires, which are a must when it comes to an Ecto-1. And one thing I didn't actually notice until I got it out of the box is the actual rust on the Ecto-1. It's part of the sculpt, and you can really notice that when we turn it to the front end of the Ecto. So kudos to Funko on that one. As well, being that we're taking a look at the front of the Ecto here, you can see we got the lights. We've also got a slightly angled Ecto-1 license plate. Now focusing back in on the side of the Ecto-1, of course, this Ecto does have one of Afterlife's huge upgrades, that being the gunner seat. And Funko, they've done a really good job at recreating it in its simplified form. Now quick heads up, the chair and that open door, you can't move them whatsoever, so they're always in this position. But once again, being Funko, I'm actually quite surprised by the detail here, especially the proton pack and the Neutrino one that has been added. Now flipping our focus over to the other side of the Ecto-1 here, we do have the black ladder there and also the blue tubing. And those two pieces, of course, make their way up and hook into the roof rack, which looks good. I mean, it's a Funko Pop, so of course, they have simplified things quite a bit here, but it gets the job done. It has like some of the side tubes there. We also have like the red ghost sniffer on top. And then taking a look at the back end of the vehicle, of course, we've got the actual back door. The Ghostbusters logo's on there. We got the handle and also a vent. The Ecto-1 license plate. We also have the silver and red fins going around the side. So I think that just about does it for a look at the actual vehicle itself. Now, I should also mention, being a Funko Pop vinyl figure here, it doesn't roll or anything like that. Like the wheels, they don't move whatsoever. So much like that gunner seat there and the door and the wheels and everything, it's all kind of just stationary. It's supposed to just kind of, you know, like sit in your display cabinet or on a shelf somewhere and look pretty, which it's going to. And speaking of just sitting there and not really being able to be played with, one thing that really surprised me about this Ecto-1 and Trevor Pop vinyl is that Funko, they've actually decided to glue Trevor into the Ecto-1, meaning you cannot take him out whatsoever, which is actually kind of a crime because he's actually fully detailed. You can see he's got his elbow pads there, he's got the Ghostbusters logo on his arm, he's got a proton pack on his back, as well in his right hand, it actually looks like he's holding keys to the Ecto-1. And yeah, like he's like really, really glued in there. Like I can't get him out of there. If I try, I'm gonna break him. I'm gonna break the Ecto. I may actually have to buy another one of these just to see if I can like safely extract him out of the Ecto-1. I just want him to come out of the Ecto. So overall, I quite like this Funko Pop rendition of the Afterlife Ecto-1. And of course, we got Trevor Spangler there. I love the detail. I love those rust marks. I think the overall vehicle looks really good. The addition of the gunner seat. But my biggest nitpick is the fact, once again, you can't take Trevor out of the Ecto. But then again, typically I'm an out-of-box collector and I don't play with my toys. I just set them up, put them on display. And as you're seeing here, this Ecto-1 looks great next to some of the other Ghostbusters Afterlife Funko Pops. Now, of course, several years ago, Funko, they released an Ecto-1 that was based around the original 1984 Ghostbusters that came with Winston Zeddemore. And for a quick comparison here are the two next to one another. As you can clearly see, this new Afterlife rendition of the Ecto-1 is quite a bit smaller. Now, as I said at the top of the video, if you want to grab one of these brand new Funko Pop Ecto-1s with Trevor, we've got that link down below in this video's description. Click it and buy yours today. That's all I've got for you here right now. As always, be sure to subscribe to Ghostbusters News here on YouTube. Bust that bell notification icon to stay up to date with everything that's happening within the Ghostbusters world. If you'd like to join up with Ghostbusters News, check out our Patreon page. We have a link to that down below in this video's description. And I will see everybody right back here next time.